Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Pill number 1043. You might be wondering what the show is about. Hey, Seth McBride, do you know what the show is about? The premise is deceptively simple. Hey, Kobe. Deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the book of face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma. Hey, Donna. Hey, Sandy. Embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 1,043 pills, 1,043 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The lights are on, hooray. Number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people. Hey, Tom Drugan. The people that come back night after night and give me their most valuable resource. Hey, Jeanette, thanks for your support. Hey, Stephanie. Hello. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. I think that's where I was at. I don't know. What else? If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that, hey, Desi, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, wow, the sound of the insect wait like this. Undetectable. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love, woo. No sleep last night, Jeanette. That's terrible. The ceiling's up. Get the banner, the Star Trek banner that sits, or you can see in the background of the show. The ice cream made it. It looked. I opened it up today, and it looked pretty good. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Amanda. So, there are potential side effects with Truvada, and that those side effects were known. What the lawsuit's about is, the risks still outweigh the benefits for many people, or the benefits outweigh the risks for many people, for people at risk for HIV. What the lawsuits are about is Gilead. There's two, the medication I take. Biktarvy has bictegravir, emtricitabine, and then this tenofovir alafenamide. And tenofovir is also in Truvada, but there's another form of tenofovir. I don't know, I forget what it's called. It's not alafenamide, it's tenofovir or something else. And the alafenamide is newer, and it's considered to have less side effects. And because it has a lower concentration in your blood, and it does the same effect, I guess. And they knew this, yet they marketed the older form, and the older form is still in other drugs. And there's just the argument, and the way I understand it is, the argument is that they knew there was a safer alternative, yet they used an older alternative to make money. So, it's still, I think, the lawsuits and for people that are affected. I think maybe compensate. I know I'm not a lawyer. Compensation might be due, but I think the fear that's instilled by all the, like, I see the ads on Facebook, and I think it undermines the benefits that PrEP can bring. But I think overall it's still safe, safe for the vast majority of people that take it. And I think most the risks don't prevent doctors from prescribing it still. Which is why I feel still comfortable making people aware of it. But I understand the concerns. Hey, Amy Baca gets me higher than Flocka. I keep wondering with the lawsuits, though, why they haven't reformulated Truvada and to include the updated form of tenofovir. So it's like they don't, what's the word I'm trying to say? They don't seem moved to make any changes. Well, thank you, Desi. And that anything I say, there's always the caveat. I think you should Google anything to verify, because I am fallible, and I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just read news articles. I have HIV as a starred thing in my Apple News feed, so I get anything HIV related. I try to keep on top of. DMT is kind of scary, Tom. I mean, fun, scary. Makes me a little nauseous the times I've used it. I saw a fairy once, and it was like a human-sized fairy, a woman, and she or female looking, and she I could feel her wings fluttering by she flew past me, and then she was flying in front of me, and she had this billboard, or I don't know, it was a sign, and I'd hold it up, and it would have this geometric patterns on it, intricate patterns, and then she'd bring it down and bring it up and have new patterns on it. And I was live, and before I smoked it, somebody asked me Cracker asked me to describe the experience. I haven't seen Cracker around for a while. And so it started describing it, and the fairy goes, shh. She flew closer to me and goes, shh. So, and then in the distance, I saw, it looked like a landscape with, tall buildings, and there's, little guys, I don't know, walking along the sides of the buildings. Almost like a little robotic thing, I don't know. Then I what's the word? Or what am I trying to say? Then later on I read Terence McKenna. Is it Terence McKenna? His writings about his experiences with DMT, and he said everybody will experience something similar. And he talked about these robotic dwarves. I think that's what he said. And that they'll seem to they'll try to urgently communicate with you, and everybody's experience is a little bit different, but everybody will have some formulation of that experience. And I read that after I experienced my, and there's the urgent communication, and then like the little robotic, like little elves or dwarves, and that I find it really interesting that there's that common hallucination. Like a lot of people believe that it's like it allows you to reach another spiritual plane or something like that. And I don't know. I think I tend to lean towards a more mundane explanation. Like somehow I don't know. It's interesting. Hey, Renee and Mitch. I'm doing well, Jessica. You try. Well, you don't have to answer that, but you you find it mind blowing there, Sandy. Just what I described, or your own experiences. Oh, and then another time I was tripping on acid, and I smoked some DMT, and it felt like I was traveling 1,000,000 miles an hour, and that my face was being ripped off. And then I was like dematerializing and rematerializing from this room into the bathroom, and like I remember staring at the lighter, and the lighter would come with me, and I was also alive, and I went back and rewatched it, and I saw the moment where I was experiencing that, and I was staring at the lighter. Just remembered the lighter. Well, that's cool, Seth. That's really cool. What was it about? Like for me at least, the DMT, like when I see the fairy, and it's like like a trip with my eyes closed. Like that's what I've been told to do, and like when you close your eyes, like there's like the afterglow of like the lights and an after image of the things that you see, kind of like. And again, if you rub your eyes, you can you can see that creates light patterns. That's kind of like the landscape of what you see. Everything is, so it's not like really high resolution. It's like this like kind of squishy, diffuse like representations of things. It's not like having your eyes open and seeing things. Hey, Patrick Weichel. Hey, Jessica. Hey, April. Thanks for your support. It's great that you have the +1 because you're the first supporter. You got in right away. Patrick, what's up? The Star Trek banner. Where is it? That's right above us. If you meant it, that's literally just chit-chatting. Oh, I always like to thank you supporters. You guys pay money for to support the show, and you get so little out of it. So thanks is thanks is warranted, and I appreciate it. So it's nice of you to all of you to subscribe. Yeah, I don't know how to put it, but I appreciate it all the same. Elizabeth Nah, what's up? Just chilling like a villain. Oh. So I have a family meeting tomorrow. Laura's happy about it. I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be okay. I hope. I don't have to keep touching the dang screen. Well, thank you again. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I have a smile on my face. I do. What's the family meeting going to be about? Laura's going to want to talk about the show. And I'm going to talk about the compromises I've already made. And she's going to say it's not enough. I shouldn't predict what's going to happen. I just know what's already happened. We'll see how it is afterwards. Yeah. Oh, I live in Wisconsin. I drove through Ohio once. Oh, that sucks, April. No, she wants me to get rid of important parts of the show. She wants to get rid of that table there, which is the center of the show. And I don't know. I've already limited the show to down on, because we film up there in the kitchen, and if I'm filming right now, she can go into the kitchen and not be seen. And the ramp and stuff and the benches aren't in the way. But and I understand wanting to be able to go in your kitchen without being filmed. I get that. So I'm just doing the show 2 days a week up there when she's at work. And I don't know, I think that's a pretty dramatic change from 7 days a week to 2. I'm probably going to talk about I don't know, the fact that she keeps asking me to cut my hair really upsets me. It's I don't know, whatever. I don't know, it's hard to I don't know. I just. There's just a lot of resentment on both sides. That I think there's a possibility that could come out during the family meeting. And no, I would never do that, Jeanette. I told her that. I'm like, how would you like it if I did that to you? And her response was, go ahead. I look terrible anyway. You're right. You'd be right. It's like, fuck that. Oh. And she resents me for opening up our relationship. I think she resents the HIV. She resents like my depression. She resented that, that that was early in our marriage after my mom died. She straight up said, because after I really sunk into a pretty deep depression, and I started to feel better after my son was born. I was like, I'm really starting to feel better. Is it just in the kitchen here? It's like, that was like 9 years ago now or something. And she's like, and I would always say, you resent me. Because I was like, I was so depressed that I just like, I would just want, and it was obvious she resented me. And so when I said, like I said, I was feeling better, all the times before she denied it. And she's like, when you said I resented you, and I said, yeah. She's like, I do. I don't know. And I resent her for when she was drinking. I really resent that year of cruelty and abuse. That's what led me to decide that, and we didn't have sex for that year too, and it was partly postpartum depression, but also severe alcoholism, and then I resent the physical violence that her punching me and clawing me, and I don't know. I don't know, I think who thinks they're, who has the life that they think they're gonna have? I don't know, what does that mean exactly? I mean, if you're yeah, just her. Hey, Jeff Rosen. Thank you for your support. Yeah, she's a nurse. Yeah, I guess I don't know what that means. Like, it's not the life that she expected. I felt like I made a big compromise, and I was arguing that when she was telling me that she wanted me to make all these changes on the set, and she was like, really give me a hard time about everything, and I'm like, you got what you got what you wanted, whenever you're here, you can go in and out of the kitchen whenever you want. And she's like, woo, I get to use my kitchen, woo, like, in a like really sarcastic way, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like, why should I even, and it's always like that. I shouldn't use the word always, but I don't know. Nothing's ever good enough. Hey, Mantani. She was a psych nurse for a year, but she worked on the burn unit for 5 years. She's a really skilled nurse. And she worked at hospice for a long time, and then she worked like in cancer. Thank you, Jennifer. I just wish he'd see some value in the show, rather than just it being a nuisance. Anyway. I just don't know what's gonna happen. I've tried, Tom. No, she doesn't watch it, and she used to talk about how much the show has helped me. But now, like, once I hit pill 1000, she's I don't know, all of a sudden she's just really sick of it. She was going along with it for a while. Oh, thank you, Seth. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, Mantani. No, it's like, before she said, and she was angry when she said it, but she said she wanted to go in to have this family meeting so she could. And she asked me if I had told them that what a narcissist I am, and what else? I forget the other word she used. And she's like, I'm going to go in there and have a family meeting and tell them what a narcissist you are. And selfish is the other word. And selfish and narcissist. And, I think similar to the point you were making, Mantani, like about taking a thing that makes, but also like somebody else who, like the last time I was talking about this, said that even though it does put it does put her out some, it's really selfish of her to want to take the show not away from just me, but from other people from everyone who watches it, because it does help a lot of people. And, it's actually her being selfish. Thanks, Mantani. Thanks, Jeanette. We can't officially call it therapy. Mantani can't do that because I'm not a licensed therapist. But we're just a tight-knit group of people that vent to one another. Becky Becker, is your first time here? Dang it to heck. See, I don't have my set here. My full set. Well, it's up there. But it's hard. My premise doesn't make as much sense, but we can still give it to you. Dang it to heck. Becky Becker. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. That's what you walked into. Bymouth Daily Pill number 1043. So you were wondering what the show is about? People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. There goes the music. After 1,043 pills, 1,043 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me their most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy does she knell, hell, heck. This show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with a nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show's also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Cast Away, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show. Not right now. And a full show is 4 hours. And a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse. A pinch of Peter Pan. A pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Come up to the lab. see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me. I want to be dirty. Thrill me. Chill me. Fill me. Creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button. A corny ear of Dumbo. College try of I Spy. A couple raw strokes of Bob Ross. A spoonful of Mary Poppins and the full Monty Python. Finally lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the Sky with diamonds and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. April will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. The first and the second coming will always be risen, with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and seamstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign, like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I'd have people... This is the important part. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long, and all night long too, because I'm a stallion, and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Woo. The comments weren't scrolling along here. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Oh, thank you, Mantani. Hey, Angel J. Morgan, thank you for your support. Oh, you're all so kind. Hey, Jeff Rosen. Oh, you're all so dang nice. Oh, Gustavo Adolfo Diaz Valderrama, how are you, man? It's good to see you. Polo. Jennifer, now U equals U. You guys really said sweet things. Thank you. Out of wine, back to coffee. Oh, shoot. It's not a very good replacement. Angel loves her kisses. Now what? The whole premise makes so much less sense. Not that it makes a lot of sense anyway. Off the when we're not on the main set. Oh well. No, it's not wrong. Pride, contrary to popular myth, pride isn't a mortal sin. It's actually, I don't know, I think it's a positive trait. Oh, I love you too, Jeanette. Wow. You got it back. You got a +1 on yours too. But April was the first person to subscribe. Hey, Diane Blackbird. Nobody can take that away from her. I should probably get to bed pretty soon. When I threw up when I got to group today, I don't know, it's partly anxiety, I think. I don't know, but maybe I'll feel better if I get more sleep. Oh, I understand that, April. Sometimes if I watch a live video, I'll not know what to say, and really realize how hard it is to watch a live video. Oh, thank you, Donna. Have a good night, Tom. Yeah, great to see you as well. Oh, those darn trolls. Are they friends of yours, or? No, like, the worst kind of trolls are people that are your friends. I haven't left yet. Pretty soon, though. I haven't swallowed the pill yet. It's so good to have the power on again. I can actually tell the time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Hopefully there's no bullying going on here. How often did you go, Jennifer? 'Cause this is really intense. Like, you know, I mean, I've never done like a weekly group therapy before. Like, I've never followed through with it. This is like 6 hours a day. It's crazy. See, that makes it all, that makes it all the more thankful that, when money's tight, for you to subscribe. Like if you ever need to cut back expenses, like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't feel bad, and you'd always still be the first subscriber. Sorry I went through that. It really sucks. That's good, Jeanette. I think that's a good, healthy way to handle it. Wow, that is intense. Is that covered by insurance? Or was it like a paid thing that you had to pay for? With all the veg on the reg? think that'll solve my problems, Jeff? I don't know. It just feels like nothing will solve my problems, but I don't know. I know nothing is permanent. Oh. I just really... Yeah, I don't know. Somebody in group said today they feel like they can feel like a bus coming toward them, right? That's what it really struck a bell with me, or just like hard not to think about the future and see you know, like you can see the bus heading, but you just can't get out of the way. Group hug sounds good. It'd be fun to smoke a big fat bowl with you, Jeff. Yeah, I guess, like, what choice do we have? What choice do I have, Diane, right? No good choices. Yeah, maybe we should make it a big fat joint, Diane, so we don't have to keep packing it. Now let's do some sort of dab rig. I'm sorry it feels that way, April. Well, I've got this as my support system. Yeah, I really miss the show being up there every night. This doesn't feel the same. You know, if I tell somebody new about the show, well, like most often they'll see this instead of, you know, like what I like the show to be. Just, I don't know. It's almost depressing when I do the show up there now because just doesn't, whatever. It just feels like, I don't know. It just reminds me that of all the times I'm not up there, I guess. Well, I think it's okay to be who you are, no matter what size you are. It's okay. It's really hard to feel okay with yourself, though. And be kind to yourself. That's what. Showing compassion to yourself, I think, is important. Not telling yourself that you need to be a certain way. It's okay to want changes, but it's also okay to be okay just the way you are, though, too. It's easy for me to say, not easy for me to do. Yeah, I'm sorry for any complications it caused, though, the surgery. Never too late. Well, it's too late after you're dead, I guess. I don't know, it's trite to say, too. It's never too late. People say that all the time. Sorry, April. Hey, James. I would love a great big hug from you. Cheyenne, I haven't seen you either for a while. Nice to see you folks. Oh, I'm glad you feel that way, Angel. Moist vibes. That's sexy. Well, it's nice to have you back. Love you too, Natasha. Moist vibes are really good. Moist vibes make me blush. Hello, Mallory Bay. I'm not sure I should tell you all where I feel moist vibes. They resonate certain places. Dang it to heck. So you working again working again tonight, Mallory? Watching this show when you should be charting? Yeah, I think I do clearly blush. Dang it to heck. Oh, that's a relief. You just wait for your shift to end now. Look at you being productive. What happened to James? Did he disappear? He's been quiet lately too. Oh no, there he is. Thank you, James. Red Bull, you're not you're not going to sleep anytime soon. I should be getting to sleep pretty soon. I said that half an hour ago. Dang it. Laura went to the store and they didn't have any strawberries. I really wanted some strawberries. Some strawberries and ice cream would be so good right now. Can't even take it. I really wanted those strawberries. Because my ice cream survived. I'm pretty sure my ice cream survived the power outage. 6 hours left? Oh, you're working a night shift? Did you work PM shift the other night? Because you had a whole bunch of charting around this time. Or no, maybe it was earlier. I don't know. I shouldn't just make assumptions, I guess, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I know. It will taste good later. Is Angel eating with you? Sometimes it's fun to cook for other people other than just yourself. Makes it worth doing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Really long 12-hour shifts. I always preferred working longer hours and fewer days of the week. I used to do, when I worked agency as a CNA, I used to work 2 double shifts in a row. So 32 hours, right? In a 2-week period, and then I would just take the rest of the time off. Angel already ate. That's okay too. See you soon, Mallory. The show's so boring now. Sounds pretty good. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm glad I got the power back on. You missed last night. The power was out. We sort of avoided the bill too long. Oh, I'm glad, Mantani. I'm glad. Just sitting here watching me be silent. You're sweet, Jennifer. Yeah, that's, like, we have a perennial power outage edition. That's, I don't know if you remember, it must have been, was it last October or 2 Octobers ago? We had the power out another time, and you had candles, like we were filming it from where we used to always film from, and had lights up on the fireplace, candles lit up on the fireplace, and all along the staircase here, like candles lit up all here, candles lit up all back there, and use the personal hotspot on my phone to the iPad, so could get internet access. You want to see outside? How many leftover candles I have? Not quite 1,000, because I haven't been filming from the top, but like probably 700. Because I use a candle every time we do a show, and then I use a new candle each time. Lost connection for a second. Can't see much. I think it's grasshoppers, yeah. Yeah, we haven't done that for a long time. Hey, Nelson Commodore. I'm right back at you. Thank you. I love you too, man. It's cool. It's probably in the low 60s. Did I see Audra's here? Audra Cohen, hello. You know, the other thing that bugs me is like, oh, never mind. So, no, I'll just tell you. The other thing that bugs me is, so Laura put the boys to bed tonight, and this happens a lot, and then she'll come in and wake me up. She wants to go, because all the packaging materials, she like, will sell stuff on eBay sometimes, and she had some, she'll have packages to package up, and it's all in there, but, she'd always bitch that she could never use her living room, and we have the TV in here, and she's just been sitting in there now for like 3 hours, just watching Real Housewives, not doing any packages, and she could just be out here. I could have been sleeping. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just worry too much. I think I'm gonna take the pill now and get some rest. Thank you all for listening to me. All I do is bitch. All right. You might be wondering what the show is about. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to... Oh, I like this weather though, Mantani. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Pill number 1043. Down the hatch, we are robot. All right. I think that's the end. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more ideas for you. You'll have things you want to talk about. And so will I. Probably want to talk about how the family meeting went and whatnot. But alas, now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Audrey Cohen. Thank you for your support. And thank all of you for your support, actually. And I love you all. Mwah!